Hi guys, what's up? Little Pepper Lady here. It's Tuesday, July 9th, 2019, and it is sunny, beautiful, and super hot out today. So Brian actually took down my little umbrella so we can move the table out of the yard, put it over on the patio so he can mow, which he hasn't done yet. So I'm out here suffering in the heat. And then, of course, you get hot and you go inside and then you're freezing because you have air conditioning going and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. All right, so let's jump right into today's topic. I'm actually going to put my sunglasses on because I can't read anything that I wrote down. And, yeah. Okay, so odd preps. Things that a lot of people don't think about that will be absolutely beneficial in more ways than one. And some cool things that I figured out that I'm actually going to try. So, the next time, and you'll understand what I'm talking about in a little bit here when I go over these. But the next time I do go to the store, I'm going to pick up some clay pots to try this myself, and I'll do a video of it, and you'll understand what I'm talking about in just a minute. So, weird preps that can be beneficial. Chopsticks. Let's start there. So a lot of people eat, Chinese food. A lot of people eat Asian food, Japanese food, that kind of stuff. So chopsticks are huge. Not only can they be used as an eating utensil, which we need to keep that in mind as well. So in our preps, we should be including paper plates, napkins, and all sorts of utensils so that, you don't have to be eating with your fingers. Plastic is useful for that kind of stuff. It doesn't weigh a lot. It's pretty cheap, and they can be rinsed off and reused several times. Sometimes they do break, so try to get a better more durable plastic as far as your utensils are concerned. But chopsticks can be used as well. They also make great splints. So let's say you're having to bug out and somebody breaks a finger or breaks a toe. You can use a chopstick as a splint, or even I use sticks for like steak kebabs on the grill. I have a bunch of those packed up and in my preps as well. Those are going to be huge and beneficial. And not only that, but you can use them as a fire starter. It makes really good kindling. So 3 uses right there just for chopsticks. Zip ties. A lot of people don't think about this. Unless you're out and adventuring around a lot. Zip ties have so many different uses. It's crazy. You can secure items to different things. So if you want to secure a bunch of stuff to the outside of your bug out bag, tie things high up in trees so animals can't reach them, hanging laundry, makeshift handcuffs. Somebody's getting rowdy in your group and you need to secure them, you can use zip ties. And building shelter, of course. You can puncture holes through blankets and different things like that. You use zip ties to tie them together and then tie them to trees. They make zip ties that are really long. They make zip ties that are really short. So my recommendation is getting them in all different sizes. Twist ties are also good as well. Obviously you can go to the grocery store when you're going to get corn and vegetables and fruits and things like that. They're not as durable, obviously, so I would definitely recommend the zip tie over the twist tie. But if you have both of them, then you can use, what you need to. Magazine perfume ads. And I've thought about this before. And then I was doing some research today, and I was like, what a great idea. Those cards, so let's say, you're at the mall or whatever, and they have the little cards and you spray the perfume on for the testers, or the ones that you get in the magazines or anything like that, they have alcohol on them, so they're a good fire starter. So if you save those and put those, with your preps, then you have an additional way to start a fire as well. Not to mention they're made out of paper, which is going to burn faster, and then you have the accelerant on it, so that's a plus. A mode of transportation in case you have to bug out. So let's say you can't use your vehicle, have a wagon, have a bicycle. But here's a couple of things that people don't think about. What about a scooter? My kids all have scooters or longboards or skateboards. Anything that has wheels is going to make your life a lot easier. So you can secure your items to a skateboard, to a scooter, to any type of wheeled item like that, and you can tie a rope to the wheels and pull it along behind you. So that's going to allow you to carry more and be easier to carry that way. So those are good things to be thinking of. Shovels. A lot of people don't think about having a shovel. You know, if you're out in the middle of the woods and you want to, you know, deter people from knowing where you are, you're going to want to bury a lot of your stuff. So a shovel is going to be very essential as far as that goes. Also, it's a good way to take care of your waste. I know a lot of people don't want to think about that, but it's important. Safety pins. Safety pins are another huge one. You can use those as a fish hook. I've actually done that before. I've gone fishing with just a safety pin that I've, you know, kind of pulled apart and went like this with it and stuck a worm on the end of it, and it works as a great fish hook. An arm sling. You can make an arm sling with some safety pins. Just take a t-shirt, you know, and then safety pin it up here so that the arm is secured in place. And you can hang laundry, hang things just like you can with the zip ties. Now, obviously, safety pins are bendable metal, so you have to keep that in mind. You don't want to be hanging things that are too super heavy or anything like that, but there are a lot of uses for safety pins as well. And again, you can use those to secure items to your bug out bag and things like that. Pantyhose. So I know this sounds a little crazy. A lot of people don't wear pantyhose anymore, and I'm not talking about the really thin kind of pantyhose. I'm talking about the thick, nice pantyhose. If you wear them inside of your socks, it can prevent friction. They're also useful for helping to prevent ticks. You can use pantyhose as a fishnet. It's also good for a water filtration system. So let's say you need to go to a water source and there's a lot of leaves and things like that. You put your water, you know, you have your can underneath it that you're going to be putting through your filter, and you use the pantyhose and you go like this. It's going to filter out all of those debris and things like that. So you don't have to worry about it. It's going to make it a lot easier. It's also good for carrying different items. They're stretchable. So that's why I'm saying don't get the cheaply made ones. Get, you know, the more durable ones. They can stretch and you can tie them up. You can even use that kind of a thing as a weapon if you need to clock somebody over the head. You put something heavy inside of a pantyhose, you tie it up and you swing it. That could cause a little bit of a damage. So those are all important things that you can use pantyhose for. Now this is what I was getting to, the clay pot. You can actually make a heat source out of a clay pot, believe it or not. So if you have a surface that you can almost make a makeshift stove out of, so whether you have a pan or a muffin pan or aluminum foil, and then you take unscented tea light candles and you put them underneath a smaller clay pot, and then you put an empty tea light over the hole, and then you put a bigger clay pot over top of those candles, and you have them going. Not only will the tea lights burn, some of them burn up to 6 hours, most are about 3 to 4, just depends on how big you're getting them. But it does create a heat source. So if you have those in different locations around your home, if you are bugging in, then you have an additional way to make a heat source. And you could also cook food in clay pots as well as grow different items, and you can make worm farms out of them. So those are all good ideas as far as using clay pots. Dryer lint. This is a huge one, and I have done this before, so I know that it works. So you take your dryer lint and you take your old toilet paper or paper towel rolls and you put the lint inside of there. The lint is great for a fire starter. That's why it says in the dryers, you know, always make sure that you're cleaning your lint out before each use, because it could start a fire. So you put that inside those paper towel rolls or those toilet paper rolls and you have a huge fire starter. You can also sew lint inside of clothing for extra insulation and warmth. So I thought that was really cool too. Super glue. Obviously a lot of people use super glue for different things. It's good for any type of small repair, and you can close any wounds with it as well. Liquid stitches essentially is the same thing as super glue. So always good thing to have on hand. Duct tape, of course, everybody loves duct tape. Duct tape is great. So many uses for duct tape. And old books. So let's think about this. How many people have you know, kind of seeing those movies or those like crime TV shows where they have guns and things hidden in old books because they cut it out. That's a great idea. You can take old books, you know, put them inside all different locations. You can store weapons in them, you can store money in them. And also, when you're done with them, you can use them as a fire starter as well. So, these were just some kind of odd, different things that a lot of people don't think about that I kind of wanted to bring to everybody's attention. I'm definitely going to be trying the clay pot thing and see what happens. And I will do a video on that because I think that's awesome. Obviously, not going to do it on a 90-degree day. But, you know, maybe as winter starts coming around, fall starts coming around, I'll try that and see how it goes. That's all I've got for you guys today. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you guys have any of these kind of items in your preps, and different things that maybe you can use these items for that I didn't mention. You know, it's all a learning process. I'm still learning new things, but I thought this was pretty nifty. So, as always, guys, always remember everything does happen for a reason. Whether you're having a good day or a bad day, you're in a good situation or a bad situation, just stick with it. You're on that journey for a reason. Everything's going to be okay. Also, always remember, forget about the past. There isn't anything that we can do about the past other than learn from it, grow from it, and become better people from it. We need to be living our lives right now. We need to be living and loving and laughing and enjoying our lives right now, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. We all could not be here tomorrow, so it's important that we're doing that as well as staying focused on the future. That's all I've got for you guys today, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.